தர்ம மண்ணில் வென்றிட வந்தாய் தீயினிலே பிறந்தவளே நித்ய ஆனந்த தீயே நித்யானந்தேஸ்வரி தீயினிலே பிறந்தவளே நித்ய ஆனந்த தீயே நித்யானந்தேஸ்வரி நித்யானந்த தீயே நித்யானந்தேஸ்வரி நித்யானந்த தீயே நித்யானந்தேஸ்வரி நித்யானந்த தீயே நித்யானந்தேஸ்வரி நித்யானந்த தீயே நித்யானந்தேஸ்வரி.
Yes. So you can now share whatever you have been revealed through the third eye, and start by sharing with your partner if you have scanned somebody else, and see if it resonates with them, if they can correlate with their medical history, for example, or with any feeling that they had in their body, some issue that they are currently facing. You can share everything that you have scanned with your partner, and also ask them maybe if they had any experience. Sometimes they will experience healing or just intense energy flowing. So just share with them and request their feedback. And you can also share after that your results with us in the chat so that we know what you have manifested. Earlier we have some great sharing from a participant who was successful in scanning herself. So you can let us know of your result. And you see, this power is really great. It's really something that you want to play with, that you want to become comfortable with. And because actually most people who start manifesting the power of body scanning just start using it in their daily life, really. Whenever someone around them has any health issue, a headache, stomachache, whatever, they just give a body scanning to them or to themselves as well. And you'll just be able to see, as we said, for example, you may be having chronic stomach pain, thinking that it's just due to the food that you eat, but you may find out that actually the digestive ability of your stomach is impacted by certain patterns that you have from the past. So this power really give you a lot of clarity and enable to achieve a lot of completion and healing. So you can go ahead, you can continue to share your results. We'll be moving on with our next session, but you can continue to share in the meantime, and we'll be attending and reacting a bit later also. And now we have already covered the four that was, oh yeah, so actually before we move to the next session, we'll be entering into the internalization exercise of the previous session that we completed on enriching, the fourth tattoo. Now we heard elaborately from Swamiji on why we should enrich and how, when we enrich others, we actually enrich ourselves, because other people always reflect a certain part of us. So now let us reflect, and we'll be actually having the opportunity right now to experience enriching.
Swamiji has again talked about the enriching again and again, and he says that enriching is the certain way to enlightenment. And so when you produce the intense experience of you in others, so when you are filled with the experience, the intense experience that you had, when you start expressing that, enriching that with others, when you start sharing that with others, then enriching happens. Only when you start enriching, then the dark corners of the mind, which are the unconscious parts of the mind, gets solidified. So we'll be entering in the first step of this enriching exercise. So self-reflection on intense experiences. So take a moment, few minutes, to think about the significant experiences in your life that you had a lasting impact on you. There will be a few moments, or there will be major incidents in your life. If you look back into your life, you'll see that if you just had these incidents in your life which had the impact on you, take those moments, enjoy, So take those moments where you had the experiences with Swamiji, where the moment you had with Swamiji. See, the moment you look at Swamiji, what are the incidents that comes up in your life? What are the impact of incident that comes up? Take those moments and realize the transformations that you have gone through. So we'll be entering into this is going to be the first step of it.
Yes. So think about any experience. It could be an experience during the darshan, like an initiation, and or an experience during the processes that you did, or simply how by applying Swamiji's teaching in some dimension of your life, it has helped you to solve some problems. So the idea with this exercise is that you are going to be sharing one of the most powerful or most beautiful experience that you had with Swamiji with someone. Okay, you'll be actually calling someone during this exercise and sharing that experience. And through that, you'll experience the tattva of enriching and how it helps you. And now we'll be guiding you through this process step by step. And when you are going to be sharing that experience with Swamiji, with someone, it should enrich both that person and yourself. And when you reflect on how it's benefiting you, you will be able to see why you should apply enriching in your life. Okay, so this is the whole process. So think about really the best experience that you can remember with somebody, that experience that had the most impact on you. And first choose the experience, and then you'll be writing that whole experience down. So you can take a few moments, and we'll be starting this exercise with the first step, showing the assignment on the screen. Yes. So once you have chosen which experience you want to share, just write down a detailed account of this chosen experience. So describe what happened, how you felt, and the insights that you gained from it, how it transformed you, how it has impacted you. And when you write it, think about that you are going to share that with someone. So you want to present it in a way that you can really convey the core message so that that person is able to receive it and cognize it. So very simple. Okay, just write it down and then we'll move on further. Yes. So let's now move to the next phase of the exercise. Hope that you have finished writing. If you haven't, you can continue as we move on. And
So the third step is going to be identifying the blind spots. So reflect on any beliefs or the aspects that might be related to this experience. So now, the next step is that is going to do is after you have penned down all the intense experience with Swamiji, decide now to share your intense experience with somebody who you can share. It can be your close friend, or even you can call or nearby the somebody who is on nearby your friends and families. You can share to anybody. This could be through a conversation, through even the letter, or by creating art that represents your experience. Yes, that's one of the beautiful way. You can also express your experience by creating an art drawing. So plan out how you're going to share your experience through conversation, or you want to share with the as a letter, or you want to share as a painting. Many times you don't want to directly converse with the person, but you want to share through written experience. So we'll be taking few minutes for this exercise. So whenever this opportunity arises, start sharing your experiences. This will open up and the authentic emotions and insight about you, allowing them to share intense moment within you.
And we also want to encourage the participants. If uh, if you feel ready, we strongly recommend that you should also try enrich someone in this exercise today right now, because uh, the space is already created now. The space is there right now. So even though, yes, you can also plan and execute later as well, that is perfectly fine. Maybe you can do both. But we also encourage you all to call someone or talk to someone physically now, because the space is created and you are in the space of the Paramashivoham right now, and Swamiji's darshan has just happened. You have been initiated, and the group energy with Swamiji's presence is available right now. So it is strongly recommended that you should uh, call someone now, and this will also allow you to see rapid, to have a quick feedback, because now the whole thing is to imbibe why we should enrich others in our lives, how it helps us. So if you do it now, you'll immediately be able to reflect on it. You'll immediately be able to see how it benefits you, and even share your experience. And so that it will be a more powerful process for you. All right. So let's now take a few minutes, and we'll be showing the assignment on the screen. Yes. Let's continue. Yes. So we hope that you are able to reach out and, of course, make your plan, and ideally to reach out also now itself. We'll be introducing the next step now. And if you need more time, if any of you have attempted to reach someone or even started the conversation, if you need more time, you can drop a message in the Zoom chat and we'll leave sufficient time for you to complete. Now we'll be introducing the next step. If you haven't yet reached out and planning to do it later, maybe you can just take a note of it. And no, it's all about reflecting on the response and on the effect of the call or the conversation. And so after enriching, take note of the other person's reaction and how it made you feel. And see how this interaction helps you to solidify your own understanding of the experience that you had. So it's like you had an experience. When you share it with the other person, your own understanding of the experience that you had becomes stronger. See, many times actually you'll be able to see you had certain experiences, understandings, realizations, but unless you share it with someone, it's like it doesn't become grounded. It has a potential that is not utilized. Of how did it benefit you? You had the experience, but even you did not reflect on how it has transformed you. But if you share it with someone, you will know how it has transformed you, and that itself will make you grow so much. You will gain lot of maturity and lot of inner wealth. You will literally feel enriched. And this is just one example of how we can share a story, an experience. Then you can apply the same principle even on with helping others to overcome their own problems. Because when you help someone to solve their problem, you're also solving your own. Because the same logic that applies for solving that person's solves yours. And there's a whole science called causing. We'll be going through this in further sessions on the upcoming days. Now, just reflect on how this enriching has helped you, and also how energetic, how involved it makes you. See, you can see, like, for example, when you're depressed, okay, naturally, what you will do, you will withdraw, you will isolate yourself, you will not want to be active, you'll not want to do things. Enriching is the direct opposite. The complete involvement with life and life positivity, complete life positivity. And when you engage with others like that, it will make you so inspired, alive, energetic. You'll have so many new thoughts. Many of you will relate, like how so many times you feel that you are just stuck with your own same thoughts, limiting thoughts, negative thoughts that are just continuously going on inside, and you just don't know how to escape, what to do about it. Enriching is a direct solution. You will see that after you enrich, suddenly you'll have so many new thoughts, so many positive ideas, and you'll feel inspired to act upon them also. So you can take a few moments, you can reflect on that, or even if you had any past experience of enriching, you can also remember that and how that past experience helped you as well. Let's just take a few more minutes and contemplate. Yes. So with this, we conclude this session on the tattva of enriching, and we hope that you are able to experience and cognize how it benefits you. And if yes, then decide to make enriching as your strategy. Decide every day to enrich at least one person in whatever way possible. And you will see how enriching will just solve so many of your problems, and it will uplift you, raise your consciousness, and literally open doors to wonderful experiences and miracles in your life. And of course, if you wish to share or ask anything, please feel free to do so in the Zoom chat at any time. And otherwise, we'll be now moving into our next session, which is going to be about how these four tattvas make you Paramashiva.
So we have already been gone through each of the tattvas: integrity, authenticity, responsibility, and enriching. Swami says that each one of these tattvas, these tattvas, the four principles, are the principle of the cosmos itself. When you align yourself to each of these principles, integrity, authenticity, responsibility, and enriching, then these tattvas make you Paramashiva. So Swamiji has again talked about these tattvas, starting with of course integrity, and each each individually these tattvas have the capability to take you to the ultimate, to realize the ultimate state of Paramashiva. And how all these four tattvas directly you can apply in your life to understand the better about the self, Jagat, and Ishvara. When you have the clear understanding about these three, all together is radiating enlightenment. So let's enter into a video where Swamiji himself will be guiding us on the four tattvas that make you Paramashiva.
Shiva means causeless auspiciousness. Sada Shiva means continuous causeless auspiciousness. State of Sadashiva means complete completion, unclutched space, integrity and authenticity. All that forms the state of Sadashiva. When I say space of Sadashiva, Ishwaratva, manifesting, responsibility and being a leader for other beings, to move to the Sadashivatva. State means completion, unclutching, integrity, authenticity, all that. Space means being a leader, responsibility, enriching, causing, all this. Then comes manifesting powers of Sadashiva. Understand, when you decide to be leader and lead people towards Sadashivatva, Sadashiva empowers you with all his powers. Understand, when you exhaust your 2 hands, he gives you 1,000 hands. When you exhaust using your 2 eyes, he gives you 1,000 eyes. When you have put everything to use, then he gives more. All power manifestation is for the sake of serving Sadashiva. When you lead people to Sadashivatva, you are empowered by Sadashiva with all the powers. Today I am going to expand on helping each one of you to find stability and strength from and through these four tattvas. Listen, ध्यान से सुनिए. Always give priority to be established in these four tattvas. Listen, when you are established in these four tattvas, please understand you are directly radiating the superconscious energy. When you are in the mode of creation, add integrity to you. You will manifest Sadashiva. Let me repeat. When you are in the creation mode, add integrity to it. You may ask, what is creation mode? When you feel like doing something active. It can be your office work. It can be manifesting wealth. It can be doing something for name and fame, including career activities, or it can be physically creating something, art, painting, drawing, even sexual desires, activities, all these belong to creation. When you are in the creation mode, bring integrity to you, you will manifest Sadashiva. Your creativity plus integrity is Sadashiva's creation energy. Satyo Jata. Only from Satya anything can be born. Jata means born. Satyo Jata means born out of integrity. Anything which is born out of integrity only will stand forever. So the creation phase of Sadashiva is Satyo Jata. In all your creativity, it can be as simple as cooking to as complicated as manifesting wealth. It can be as lower as you think. Sexual desires or can be higher as creating your enlightenment. Any creation, including manifesting powers, any creation, including manifesting powers, add integrity to it. Out of Satya, anything born, Satyo Jata, anything born out of integrity will stay forever and do good to you. You all have that creation mode in you, that is Aham. When you add integrity to it, you become Sadashivoham in your creativity. Understand, add integrity to all your creation. Maintenance, sustenance. bring authenticity to your sustenance. Listen. Anything which loses authenticity starts collapsing, and it needs to collapse. The earlier it collapses, good for the humanity. Understand? Anything which loses its authenticity, it is time for it to vacate the planet Earth, the existence. Anything which retains its authenticity continues to exist forever. Anything, if you want it to be alive, just retain its authenticity. Everything else will be taken care. When I was attacked, the only thing I decided, I will keep the authenticity of me and my Sangha. That's it. It cannot be destroyed. Authenticity. In all your sustenance, bring authenticity. In all your sustenance, bring authenticity. Whenever you are in a destructive mood, bring responsibility. Understand? If you feel responsible and destroy, it will always be the things needed to be destroyed. You will never destroy what should not be destroyed. You will always destroy what need to be destroyed immediately. With responsibility, destruction will be equivalent to rejuvenation, not just destruction. Irresponsibility leads to tantrum throwing, rioting destruction. It may look like Kalabhairava and Kali run riot on the cosmos, but they know precisely where to put the leg and where to put the hand, where to put the sword. It is too precise. The precision is not even one cell this side or that side. It is more precise than any laser surgery. Understand? Kalabhairava's Trishul may be as huge as Merudanda, the Meru hill, but it is as precise as non-invasive surgery laser. How the non-invasive laser surgeries performed on your heart are precise. Kalabhairava's Trishul is that precise because it feels responsible. Understand? Whenever you are in the destruction mood, anger, violence, frustration, not depression. Depression is delusion. Frustration is destruction. Listen, anger, frustration, and destructive mood, these three. Whenever you are in these three moods, bring responsibility to you. Look in, are you behaving responsibly? Are you behaving responsibly? Whenever you are in the mood of delusion, confusion, depression, understand, depression, delusion, confusion means much of your part is rotten. For example, If 20% of a vegetable or a fruit is rotten, you can cut that portion, remove it, consume the remaining part. If 99% of it is rotten, you won't be able to get that 1% out. The whole thing needs to be discarded. Listen carefully. Depression, delusion means 99% of your part has become rotten. Now, the only way to get rid of it is start living for others, enriching. You are already rotten. If you build your mind, your life on you, it will be stinking. Forget about you. Start living for others. Enriching is the only solution. First principle of becoming Sadashiva. Understand the first principle of becoming Sadashiva is not moral. Understand. Before revealing the principle, I want you to know it is not moral, social, right, wrong. I am giving you this as the first principle to have a superconscious breakthrough, becoming Sadashiva. Understand? It is directly from the revelations of Sadashiva. Vedas and Agamas are the revealed scriptures of Hinduism. They are not written scriptures. Please understand. Neither written nor compiled. Vyasa is only an organizer, not editor, compiler, writer. He is neither author nor compiler or editor. He is just an organizer of the Vedas and Agamas. So listen. The first principle is integrity. It needs to be understood. The first level of integrity only is the thought current you are cherishing with you and others, treating it as life. It's only a first level of integrity. Understand? Understand the words I am using. I am not saying the word you give it to others and the word you give it to yourself. I am giving you the grace. The word you give it to others and word you give it to yourself many times is a spontaneous lie. I am even ready to forget about that. I am only saying the thought current you cherish. See, if I have to go to the detail of the word, sometimes people ask, what is time now? You may say 8:31. Who knows it is 8:31? Based on this clock we tell it's 8:31. So the word you give may be sometime right, wrong, false, true. So I am not even bothered about that. The thought current you cherish, I need to tell the time after verifying with all my abilities. So, that is the thought current. Understand? My intention to tell the time is right. I am not interested in lying. I want to tell the right time to him. But whatever research I can do with my intelligence and with the available infrastructure, with that I will do it and tell. This is thought current. All of you understand the difference between thought current and a word. Listen carefully. When I give this integrity definition, honoring every thought current you are cherishing within you and every thought current you are cherishing by sharing with others, honoring it as your life is integrity. The thoughts you share with yourself, I should say thought currents, because with yourself it's not single thoughts, it's like a bunch of flow. With others it's a single thought because it's a words. Listen carefully. With others you share in linear way, one by one by one. With yourself you share bundles and bundles. If you can share bundles and bundles with others, you and he are in extraordinary at oneness. Sometimes some of my disciples, with them I can share bundles of thought currents without expressing much words. That is the way I received my teachings from Arunagiri Yogeshwara. Otherwise, in 9.5 months, no way I could have received this whole Vedas and Agamas from him. I received from him as bundles of thought currents. Because the oneness was so strong. When you share with others, it is one thought, one thought, one thought. When you are talking to yourself, it's bundle of thought currents. Whether thought currents with you or thought currents with others, honoring it as life. Integrity is a frequency. Just integrity is enough for you to manifest Sadashiva's state, space, powers, everything. Nothing else is required. Just integrity is enough. You all might have heard, we have a third eye and it gets calcified by the fluoride. Same way, we have one more intra-organ called Vak, not internal organ. Internal organ is the card box. It's called vocal cord. Intra-organ is the Vak. Vak is the software of our vocal cord. Third eye. Physically also there is a third eye. And you need a software to operate the third eye. That software is what I am giving as third eye initiation. That physical software, if it is physical hardware third eye, if it is decalcified, we remove it by Panchakriya and vegetarian food, this lifestyle. Same way there is something called Vak. It gets calcified by all the lies you uttered from the time you started your life. Understand? Listen carefully. Anything you know and you change, the Vak gets affected. Means the frequency of Vak comes down. If your Vak is raised to high frequency, I can give you one initiation, materialize. You will start materializing, that's all. I'll define authenticity. Listen carefully. Manifesting powerful cognitions is authenticity. I'll give you an example. You can manifest a cognition. Oh, in the 7 billion people, only these few hundred are able to make it to Sadashivatva. If I physically made it, I am going to make it. You can manifest this powerful cognition. If I physically make it, I am going to make it. Or you can say, I am not even able to come to morning yoga 3 minutes late. I am not even able to come to this integrity. How will I manifest powers? You can manifest that cognition also. Manifesting powerless cognitions is inauthenticity. Manifesting constantly powerful cognitions is authenticity. You can say, if my third eye is open, if I am able to roll coconut, I can roll any matter, I can move any matter. Means my third eye is open. How did it get open? By connecting it to the universal third eye of Sadashiva. If I am connected to universal third eye of Sadashiva, then this whole universe, the whole matter is under me. From where you are, you can either go on making powerful chain, powerful links, and manifest powerful cognitions, or go on making weak links, weak chain, and powerless cognitions. Human being is a possibility to travel in both directions. If you are going to go on manifesting powerless cognitions every day, you practice inauthenticity. If you go on manifesting powerful cognitions every day, you manifest authenticity. That's all. Authenticity redefined. Understand? Practicing authenticity means manifesting powerful cognitions. Matter is moving just by the power, means I am connected to cosmic third eye. If I am connected to cosmic third eye, not just coconut, I can roll planets. Why only coconuts? I can roll planets. Because it is from the cosmic third eye the whole universe is generated. Going on manifesting powerful cognitions and playing with it is what I call authenticity. Understand? There is so much snow in the Himalayas, so much ice, but the ice which decides to melt and flow only becomes the sacred Ganga. Not all. There is so much ice, but the ice which decides to melt and flow only becomes sacred Ganga. There is so much of Sadashiva. Understand? The raw material, the source material, Sadashiva, is everywhere. But the raw material which decides to melt down and flow as Shakti only manifests in you as power. There is so much ice in the Himalayas, but the ice which decides to melt and flow only becomes sacred Ganga. There is so much of raw material, Sadashivatva, in all of us, but only the raw material which decides to melt the Sadashiva, which decides to melt and flow only, manifests as powers, which decides to melt and manifest only manifests as Shaktis. Like sun creates the Vatavarana for the ice to melt and flow. Understand? Sun itself does not melt. Then all the ice should have melted? No. Sun creates the Vatavarana. So any ice which wants to melt can come up and melt and flow. Sun itself cannot melt all the ice. Even after the sun comes, you decide not to melt and hide somewhere, you can't be melted. Sun only creates the Vatavarana for you to melt. Same way, the Vatavarana, the Sadashivatva in you to melt and flow, manifest as Shaktis, is responsibility. Understand? When Sadashiva takes responsibility, he flows as Shakti. In all of us, Sadashiva is there. But in which form? Morning, the great asana you like, Savasana? In that form. Only when the responsibility sun rises and you decide to take the responsibility, the Vatavarana, the ambience of responsibility, decision to be responsible, melts that Shava and flows as Shakti, makes you Shiva. Understand? Makes Himalaya great. If the Ganga does not flow to the plains, we don't care about Himalayas. Even the Himalayas has how many billion tons of ice? Who cares? Poles have 100 times more ice than the Himalayas. But who cares? Because Ganga is not flowing from poles. North Pole and South Pole has million times more ice than the Himalayas. But why Himalayas is revered, respected, worshipped? Because it flows as Ganga. Even if you have million times more ice and you don't flow as Ganga, nobody will care. It is Ganga makes Himalaya sacred. Understand? If you flow as Shakti, that makes your Sadashivatva sacred. You are as much as Sadashiva as me. The only difference is I have created the ambience of responsibility and melt myself and flow as Shakti. When I flow as Shakti, because of the Ganga, understand, Himalayas is respected. You are like a North Pole and South Pole. North Pole and South Pole is like Shava. Yes, they have raw material to be Shiva, but only when they melt and flow as Ganga, they will be Sadashiva. Till then, they are only in Shavasana. You being in Savasana, used to whom? Fundamentally, the purpose of the life, not just human life, is to manifest Pindanda to Brahmanda. macrocosm to microcosm, one cell amoeba to Mahasadashiva. See, whichever part you are in this long journey, you may be just having physical growth, or having physical and psychological growth, or physical and psychological and conscious growth, or whatever level you may be there in this whole journey, supporting other beings in this journey is enriching. Wherever you are in this long journey, helping others, enriching others is a spiritual practice. Causing others reality is a spiritual practice. Even in life, whether you want more energy in the body, health, more resources in your life, wealth, more beings to live together for your love, to share your love, give and receive, relationships. Fundamental principle is coming to conclusion to enrich and cause. Only if you decide to enrich and cause, energy will start oozing in your life. Energy starts oozing in you only when you decide to enrich. It expresses as health, it expresses as love, relationships, it expresses as resource in the life, like wealth. What's the biggest wealth, you know? Ability to relate with a large number of people with love is the best wealth you can have, which will never leave you. Which will never leave you. Understand? There is only two ways you can be wealthy. The organic way of wealthy is ability to relate with multiple people with energy. Toxic way of relating is ruling.
Paramashivoham Nityananda Paramashivoham Nityananda Paramashivoham Nityananda Paramashivoham Paramashivoham Nityananda Paramashivoham Nityananda Paramashivoham Nityananda Paramashivoham
Yes. Again, very powerful revelations from Swamiji on these four tattvas and how it makes you flow as Shakti, manifest your ultimate potential. And let's now spend a bit of time to reflect on all of these. Now we have covered each of them one by one, all the four. And now by we'll be contemplating on all these four, seeing in which dimension of our life we feel that one of the four tattva is missing. So you can maybe pen down the major dimensions of your life and see in each dimension which tattva you are missing or which tattva you feel, even if you feel that you are not missing, like if you are manifesting, you are successful, but you need to expand more, you want to achieve more, which tattva you need to use. Could be responsibility, integrity to the commitments, the dreams, the desires that you have. So let's go step by step. Start by penning down all the major dimensions of your life. So it could be, to include your work, your family, relationships, even your own body and mind. You need to be integrated to your body. Even, for example, you need to have a healthy lifestyle. You need to build the body. You need to detox. You need to do all of that. That is integrity to yourself, and it's also authenticity, depending on the goals that you have. And so let's reflect a bit on that. Start penning down all the major dimensions of your life, and you can describe them a bit. For example, your body and mind as of now, how you are and how you want to be, and in your work, what's the situation right now and how you want to be. Do you have any aspirations, any ambitions? So let's start with this, and then we'll be looking how which of the four tattvas either we are missing or we need to manifest more in each of these dimensions. We can start penning down. We'll be showing the assignment in just a few moments. All right. So if you need more time to pen down, you can continue as we move on. Now, in the second step, you're going to see for each aspect of your life, which one of the four tattvas you need to manifest. So either it is not manifesting as you want. Let's say, let's come back to your body, for example. You feel that you're right now, it's not the way you want. You are not in integrity with yourself when it comes to maintaining or building your body. So maybe you need more integrity, or maybe you're missing your authenticity. Let's say because you know that um, you need to follow a specific diet, but you're kind of following sometimes, but not really pushing yourself to the best. So that's just one example. There can be thousands of examples, or in your work, for example. Maybe you're not expanding because not willing to take the responsibility. And so here we have to be very sincere with ourselves. This is the time that you need to be very sincere. If things are completely messed up, you need to see it as it is, and let us dig out really and see what is the state of our lives right now, so that we can find what is the right solution to apply. So meanwhile, participants, Alex has started sharing about my physical dimension, my mind. We are reading your sharing. Okay, see now, for whatever you have written, now see exactly in the language of the four tattvas, which tattva you are either missing or need to manifest more. And let's do that for each dimension of our life. It is integrity, authenticity, responsibility, or even when it comes, we may be even missing with the fourth tattva, enriching. Let's say, for example, that you are all alone. Actually, somebody said that when you're in depression, you need to enrich. So maybe you may be finding yourself like this, not engaging, not involved with life enough. And here you may be missing with this tattva, when you need to reach out to more people, or it could be in the positive way, expand your team or the people around you, whatever. So let's now reflect on that. You can go step by step and go through all these dimensions of your life one by one, and let us internalize. Yes. So we hope that you were able to analyze and diagnose yourself and write for each dimension of your life which tattva you are going to apply and which action items. And we also read the sharing of Ma Alex. Now, for whatever you have written, see exactly which tattva, which one of the four you need to apply. That will directly guide you to the solution. When you word the problem properly, the problem itself is the solution. So when you properly word that either I'm missing my integrity or I need to be more integrated, whatever, or the same for whatever the four tattvas, you'll just know what you need to do. It is that simple. So maybe now we have to move on to the next session. Maybe in the meantime, or whenever you find time, you can continue to contemplate and finish this exercise exactly applying these four tattvas. And whenever you are ready, you are done with it, you can share even later also. That is fine. And yes, we have to move on now. We have just enough time for our last session, which is going to be on how declaring our integrity to the Guru is gaining conscious currency. So this is a term that Swamiji has introduced, conscious currency. Just like we have the currency of the world of the Maya metrics, there is something called conscious currency that makes our lives better, that gives us access to the cosmic resources. And Samji is going to be expanding on this topic now in this video. So we have request all of you to come to the space of listening. And let's now enter this last session.
Today I wanted to expand on integrity. Listen, first statement I wanted to make. Integrity is the Merudanda, spindle, on which the whole cosmos flows. Listen, the oneness, Advaita, is the core of the Merudanda. When the Merudanda moves, when it is spindled, the force generated is integrity. Listen. Oneness, the Advaitic, Shuddhadvaita Satya, that is the core of the spindle. When the spindle is churned, when that spindle starts moving, the force generated is integrity. Integrity is not used by me to control you. It is used by me to empower you. Listen. When ordinary fellows try to teach you integrity, they try to control you through integrity. Here, be integrated, I will give you powers, I will manifest powers through you, Sadashivatva through you, I will empower you. Integrity is not for controlling you, it is to empower you. It is to give you the glimpse of Sadashivatva. It is to make you experience Sadashivatva. When you are integrated, even you will feel good about you. When you are practicing integrity, even you will feel good about you. Not only that, you can see very clearly your body becomes best space to live, your inner space becomes the best way to exist. Your physical, physiological, psychological, neurological, all the circuits become complete. Integrity. is literally like a doing prana pratishtha to you. Till integrity starts, you are only a man. Only with integrity, the Sadashivatva starts happening. The prana pratishtha starts happening. Integrity is not used by me for controlling. It is used by me for empowering. I have already established. See my balasans who maintain the high level of integrity, how I am empowering them, manifesting powers through them. That's a witness evidence that I am using integrity only to empower you, not to control you. It is with integrity life starts. It is with integrity you reach the core principle, the spindle. Only with integrity you will even understand the core truth of completion. Otherwise, I have seen many people in the name of completion cheating themselves and cheating others. How I say, friendliness is the smell of the consciousness. When the consciousness starts functioning, the friendliness is the smell. When the Advaita starts moving, integrity is the force generated. Aligned to that force, you will not cheat yourself in the name of completion. You will not cheat yourself in the name of completion. Understand? Integrity is the scale with which you can measure whether you have completed or not, whether you are healed or not, whether you are evolving or not. First of all, have completion with integrity. Love integrity. It is one of the amazing powers you are given. It is not controlling mechanism. It is not controlling method. It is living mechanism, lifestyle, breathing style. If I teach you how to breathe, am I controlling you? Fool. I am teaching you how to live. I'll tolerate everything because Arunagiri Ishra has given me the tremendous patience, but never hypocrisy. Because I never had hypocrisy, I do not know how Arunagiri Ishra will behave in front of hypocrisy. Otherwise, the passions he had, unimaginable. Bring integrity, even you will discover new you. Even you will discover new you. Bring integrity. It will empower you. Integrity will literally make you Sadashiva. That is the energy generated by the spindle of Advaita Satya, oneness.
The beautiful mantra, Mrityunjaya mantra. Trayambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushtivardhanam urvarugamiva bandhanan mrityormukshiyamamrutat. See the word pushtivardhanam. When ripe, it relaxes. If you are ripe from all the needs of the world, your demand from the world, if you feel you have sucked the world enough, You have taken all the possible juice and you are matured. You have nothing more to demand from the world. Pushtivardhanam. Pushtivardhanam. Then you decide to operate on gratitude. Understand? Till you decide to operate on gratitude, you have not yet completed your commitment, means immature relationship with the world. Till you are in the mood of sucking, till you are in the mood of demanding. I tell you, as long as you are in the mood of demanding, sucking, you are a child, minor. You are not adult. You are not matured. You might have been grown, but not matured. When the gratitude becomes your fundamental cognition to operate with you, with the life, with the humanity, and with the universe, I tell you, no suffering can touch you. Always you will be powerful. Everything you do will become historic. Because matured things are cognized by matured people. Fundamental quality of maturity is your cognition for operating will be gratitude. Gratitude will be your cognition of operation. I tell you, my masters invoked that in me. The intensity with which they invoked that in me brought such tremendous maturity.
At least 200 techniques Sadashiva is giving for completion, for various incompletions and various methods, process, procedures, systems, technique, for various background people and various genders and for variety of people. But let me put it on record. The most powerful completion technique is declaring with your will. I tell you, if you learn that through your willful declaration, bringing completion, you have mastered the science of completion, and no suffering can come to you anymore in the life. You have reached a space where all sufferings are redundant and irrelevant to your life. And it is not difficult. That's the good news I have for you guys. It's not difficult. It is like you always think, oh, I can't even lift 5 kg and work out. How can I lift 100 kg and work out? Only if I lift 100 kg and work out, the model's photos I see, my body can become like that. Fool, don't you understand? First lift 2 kg, the strength which your system generates, with that you will be able to lift 5 kg. The strength which your system generates, with that you can go to 10. It is not supposed to be compared with where you are now and where you are supposed to be. No. That is the bad way of thinking. Toxic thinking, toxic thought current. No. Declare now with all your will one victory will add more willpower in you, strength in you, then that will take you to the next level of willful declaration, powerful declaration. That will lead you to the next level. I have always seen people taking a very convenient but cunning route. Oh, we can never reach where you are. Where is you? Where am I? This is the most cunning pattern you can develop. And never allow me to influence your life. I have seen people do that. How can we compare ourselves with you? Listen. Listen. The other day, somebody was asking me a question about this will. One of my team members asked, how can I get out of some patterns when I know it as a pattern? Understand. Be grown up. Be matured adult. When you know it as a pattern, just break it. Decide to drop it. I tell you, just by your will, you can have completion. You are a matured, grown-up adult. Just by your will, if you can put your love or withdraw your love from some time, space, action, person, that is the ultimate maturity of emotion. By your will, able to complete some hatred, by your will, able to manifest love, by your will, able to withdraw yourself, by your will, able to throw yourself completely into it. Listen. All techniques are nothing but trying to make your will catch this truth. Trying to make your will catch this truth. Your will is the most powerful completion technique. Here, Upanishad declares, let there be no separation. Let me have completion with Brahman, the consciousness, and let Brahman be complete with me. So be it. Anirakaranamastu nirakaranam me astu. Anirakaranamastu nirakaranam me astu. It is just declaration. Prayer is the method of mentally retarded people connecting with God. Declaration is the method of matured beings connecting with God. Even to connect with God, don't be mentally retarded. Declaration. Declaration is the matured way of connecting with God. Anirakaranastu, anirakaranam me astu. Declare. Make this as today's declaration. Tatatmani nirateya upanishatsu dharmaste. Tatatmani nirateya upanishatsu dharmaste mayi santu. Te mayi santu. May all dharma, the sacred truths declared by Upanishads, be fully manifested and radiating in me. Let all that fully manifest and radiate in me, whom am integrated and authentically devoted to knowing and experiencing all that truth, Atma, the Self. Tatatmani nirateya upanishatsu dharmaste. May they manifest and radiate in me. Tatatmani upate, tatatmani nirateya upanishatsu dharmaste. Dharmaste mayi santu, te mayi santu. I'll give you the translation. May all dharma, the sacred truths declared by Upanishads, be fully manifest and radiate in me, who am integrated and authentically devoted to knowing and experiencing that truth, Atma, the Self. May they manifest and radiate in me.
Yes. So as Swamiji said, the integrity in the guru-disciple relationship, the integrity that we have towards Swamiji is the direct connection, the spiritual umbilical cord that we have with Swamiji. And even in earlier satsang, Swamiji said, and actually even in this session itself, Swamiji mentioned the Gurukul kids, the Balasants. And one thing that Swamiji had explained elaborately is how when we have integrity with Swamiji, anything that Swamiji reveals, we will just be able to make it our reality. So of course, it's not that if it's not immediately happening, that means that we are not integrated at all. But we can work on raising our integrity, aligning ourselves more and more. And even how Swamiji shared the matured way of responding to life, operating the gratitude, even that when Swamiji reveals that when we are, the more we raise the frequency of our integrity with Swamiji, just by hearing this, we can immediately pick it up and live it, immediately make it a reality without much practice or effort. So with this, we hope that these sessions were insightful. We have come to the end of the second day of Paramashivoham, and today we have covered the 4 tattvas. We hope that you are able to understand each of these tattvas and how to apply it in your life. If you have any questions or doubt, please feel free to ask us. Even tomorrow also we'll be available to respond or clarify any point that you'd like. And it's now time to conclude. Tomorrow we'll be exploring the science of communication and expression that Swamiji has revealed. How to communicate effectively, how to have a powerful inner image so that we express authentically, how to apply listening so that we can create harmonious relationships. All of this is going to be the theme tomorrow. So we look forward to seeing you again. Of course, make sure to be there in for the first session, the Nityananda Yoga, 3 hours. We'll be once again live to perform the 308 asanas. And with this, let us close today's second day of Paramashivoham with the Purna Mantra, offering our gratitude to Swamiji for everything that we have received today and creating a space of completion within ourselves. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Bhagavat Sri Nityananda Paramashiva Paduka Arpanamastu. Om Nityanandam.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Nityanandam.
Paramashivoham